energetic at 6 o'clock in the evening? Yes. A long day, but still 6 hours more to study and improve yourself. In today, any civil service aspirant, if you read their interviews, one thing they would say that they read some 12 hours, some people 16 hours, but 18 hours. They write, if you read their interviews. But for me, it's not really the number of hours, it's the quality of reading, studying that matters. Even if you study for 2 hours in a day, you can still pass with a distinction, you can still make it to whatever service you want to make into, but it's the quality of study. First of all, I would like to place on record my sense of appreciation and congratulate for a very novel institution, Narayana IAS Academy, Dr. P. Narayana, visionary, a great man, for his great idea of coaching students when you are young. He is the person who has dreamt to mold you to become a civil servant. That's how, from that idea, this institution is born. And one of the, I am not a marketing specialist, but I know basics of marketing. If you can't sell apples are so much surplus in market, you have to sell either oranges or some other fruit. Narayana is a name associated with kind of a good vision. He has opened a new institute and training youngsters like you to get into some services. How many of you are wanting to get into civil service? You are in IAS or everyone? Good. And I was interacting with some of the faculty. You are all very blessed to have a very, I would say, very right personality. Dr. Raghvacharya, as a director of this institute, me and Raghvacharya, our association is with very similar people like you. I'm sure, remember this evening today, 6 o'clock or 6:10?
6:30.
6:30, very right time. After 5 years, me and Dr. Raghvacharya, we are going to see you either in Masuri Academy, Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy of Administration, and you also have to get trained in Hyderabad, Dr. Mari Chennai, Human Resource Development Institute. That is the connection between me and Dr. Raghvacharya. We both worked together in that institute. And when I saw you, your dress and all that, it was positive. That's my wish and dream. I'm sure all of you are going to, work to realize my dream and your dream. We have a common dream from today onwards. Remember that. And I am not, first of all, a professional speaker. I am an administrator basically. I clear files. I go to districts and conduct field inspections. At the best, I will inspire my clients. My clients are either farmers or women or whomsoever. My staff, all of them. I do that. My job is not really teaching, but I am venturing to perhaps it's not exactly teaching. It's perhaps interaction. I would like more and more interaction, Please feel free to speak. Anytime you can interrupt me and, speak. I'm really impressed with the facilities you have in the academy and the generation, your generation, I'm sure, you are 1,000 times brighter compared to any one of us. Most of them, why you want, right? These are all some of the privileges a civil servant will have throughout his life. That's not true. A civil servant is basically a public servant. Your salary gets paid by the people. Every rupee, you and I pay. I also pay tax, you also pay tax. And our salaries get paid. We are supposed to serve. The first passion of a civil servant should be to serve the people. That should be your attitude. And the rest comes automatically later. So with that, if you are passionate about serving the community, you will certainly make it to civil service. Civil service doesn't require volumes of knowledge. I want to make it very clear. It doesn't require volumes of knowledge. It requires only common sense. It requires, you should be able to interpret. You should be a very, very contemporary kind of a person. You should know what is happening in the surroundings. If somebody asks me in an interview, what is the vegetation around this Narayana IAS Academy without saying, I said, I have a lot of xerophytic vegetation. I have, Sakar, Kuma, Prosopis. Another thing is, Palm Mira. This is a very xerophytic kind of a vegetation. Perhaps groundwater is less. That kind of a spontaneity is required for civil service. When somebody asks you that question, you should not look around and see. By which time you have already observed. Observing the surroundings, looking at the surroundings, interpreting is all the beauty. Ability to interpret. And it is nothing but common sense. And either in your written exam or in your interviews, nobody would like to test the kind of an in-depth knowledge you have in any subject. They will only see whether you are up to date, whether you have the sense of interpretation, whether you have the common sense, whether you have the ability to communicate, whether you make a point to get those people in your favor. Your answers will lead them to ask further questions. So that is where they see your leadership qualities. So be cool, be calm, and try to first, whatever you read, let it be absorbed by the brain and then interpret. Always make a small, everybody talks about nanotechnology. You are already using smartphones and chip. Convert whatever you have read during the day into a chip, small chip. Maybe on a small piece of paper, you should be able to convert as a kind of a paragraph. Just one paragraph. You must have read volumes in a day. How will you convert that into one paragraph so that one paragraph can be developed into 100 pages? It can be developed into 10 pages or 100 pages depending on the situation. If an essay is to be written in 200 words, 400 words, 1000 words, you are ready because your paragraph is ready. Use the nanotechnology in your day-to-day living. And the subject, he has given me some subjects. Frankly speaking, I am not familiar with any of those subjects because my job is not that. But I chose social networking subject because it's my passion.